Hey guys, Xaryu here, and today I want to show you some games of Arcane DH Archdruid. This is quickly becoming my favorite composition in the entire game to play. I do play Frost as well, but I think with a Demon Hunter you kind of have to play Arcane. And this, this is about a druid from my chat actually, Zomor. I just was live streaming and I was like, is there any druids that want to play? And he's like, sure. He had pretty decent experience, so we picked him up and we started doing pretty decently. So here are some of our games. General strategy, guys, for your opener is you want to start off invisible, so your normal invis, run in, and then pop greater invis. This is going to allow your druid to cast a cyclone without it breaking, and it's going to allow me to cast maybe a Mark of Alunith and take some big burst. We didn't get a great opener here in this game, but it just goes to show you, even with a pretty terrible game and without a nice opener, you can actually still, manage a win. We fought the same team earlier. I think it was our only loss of the entire night on Blade's Edge, and we were kind of just doing a bad strategy of just chasing the Feral around in bear form. Still, I think Feral's not a bad target, but I think as Arcane DH, you can definitely swap around more. So if something's not really taking too much damage or he's running too far, you can definitely hit something else. As you can see here, I'm keeping an eye on my druid's CC on my party frames. So as soon as my druid gets sheeped or feared or whatever, I am just starting to kite to Jamaica and back. Right now he's bashed, and I just start running. He's feared. I just pop my temp shield because temp shield is something you want to use while he's CC'd. He's polyed. I blink back to where I was, pop my temp shield. I still see that he's polyed. He's repolyed, so I'm still running away. I'm not running towards them. And now he has one more poly, and I come back to him so he can now heal me. So when your druid is CC'd, or when your healer CC'd, is when you want to run as Arcane. Use your displacement, try to live, use your temp shield. When he's not CC'd is when you want to come back to him so he can top you back off. You don't want to really mix that up too much. Here we get a lot of defensive cooldowns. We get Pain Sup, we get Wall. Feral's getting so low. Like I talk about in other videos, I use Arcane Explosion quite a bit to stack up my Arcane Orbs back to 4 without risking getting kicked. I had a beautiful displace here, so I just kite the Feral across the map and then displaced all the way across the map. My healer is bashed right now. He does not get follow CC. I did use my temp shield, so this temp shield was probably actually pretty bad. I thought he was going to get follow CC. Right now is when he's polyed would probably been a better time to use temp shield. But that poly does not get followed, so I'm totally fine right now. Offensively, I have a Mark of Alunith, we have a full sheep on the priest, he does trinket. We start hitting the mage a little bit, so hitting the mage instead of chasing Feral when he's just running around and we can't keep him slowed and we don't have like consistent stuns, like if we were, a rogue mage, for example, it's better to just start hitting something else. Hit the mage, we could even hit the priest if we wanted to. I still have my ice block available. In the last game I just died pretty much, and in this game I still have my ice block available as it's getting pretty low, pretty long into the game. We get a triple stun, we get a full cyclone, and we finish the Feral off. So that's kind of how this comp works. Run and live while your healer is in CC. When he's not in CC, you want to just get these burst setups with a sheep or an incap or a bash clone onto the healer, and huge burst onto one target. Here we're fighting a Feral DH and a Mistweaver. As you can see, I normal invis, mass invis, Mark of Alunith. It's a pretty standard opener. My druid didn't clone this game, but he could have cloned. I have huge opening burst onto the Feral. We do get him to play quite defensive. We get a wall out of him too. I start hitting Carl. If anyone watched Jimmy Neutron, Carl X is going down right here. He does pop Darkness. We get Blur to proc as well. Carl's getting pretty low. The Feral is still low. Feral gets Monk bubbled, so I swap back onto Carl. My Demon Hunter Rodak is taking a lot of damage. His Blur procs as well. So defensively, he's in trouble, but offensively, we're doing a phenomenal job as well, keeping them all so low. The Monk trinkets. I blink CS him. Do a little Belf silence there as well. Let's see. Feral is still low. This game was actually crazy because they were all so... I remember now. I wanted to put this game in here because all of them are just so low. So the Carl's half HP, the Feral's 20%, the Monk is low too. And my Demon Hunter's like, dude, go healer. And I'm like, dude, they're all so juicy. And this is something that you can do. Once you get ahead as this comp, you can just keep punishing them. Look at that. We pretty much get a double kill here. We went into this game saying, let's kill a Feral. and it ends up we got a double kill between Demon Hunter and the Monk. So crazy things can happen when you're playing this comp. Definitely try this comp out, guys. It is literally my favorite comp in the game right now. It might not be a tier 1 comp, but it is pretty good, and it's so much fun because stuff like that happens. Once you get ahead, you can just keep swapping. And as you guys know, when people stack with Arcane because of their Resonance talent, you can just destroy people. So here in this opener, still a pretty similar open: Arcane Power, Mass Invis, Mark of Alunith. We get Dispersion. The first time we fought these guys, we actually killed the priest through Disperse. He didn't even disperse, like he just died. This is the second time we fought him. We get a nice CC chain onto the Pally, Hodge and a Belf and a half Belf, and the priest disperses and dies anyway. So a lot of our games, I normally don't like to put super short games here on the YouTube and put the longer ones instead, but a lot of our games end that quickly. They literally just end in a minute or so. So it's pretty crazy. Here we're fighting a Ret Hunter, so same strategy kind of applies. Mass Invis, cast my Mark of Alunith, Arcane Orb, Arcane Power, Presence of Mind, double Arcane Blast, throw out my missiles, throw out my barrage. We get Pain Suppression, we get Human Trinket. My Druid is getting CC'd, so this would be a good time to pop Temp Shield. As you see, I did a couple seconds ago. Temp Shield back now. My Druid's out of CC, so I'm not really lining too much. I want to just keep in line of my Druid. When my Druid gets CC'd, when he gets, maybe scattered, trapped, Hodge, whatever, that is when I'm going to run to Africa. Right now, I'm trying to kind of kite them with my Druid so that they have to put themselves into bad positions. A lot of people ask me, how do I play against double melee? It's all about positioning, guys. I see the comments. I see you guys asking how to play against double melee. Position, position, position. Keep running in circles. See this? Now that we get bubble, I'm already across the map behind a pillar. Okay, I'm not staying in when we get bubble. There's no point. They would be forcing my ice block right now if I stayed in. But instead, we force that bubble. I run across the map. I don't have to use my ice block. And now we're kind of like a go-based comp, right? So now that we're out, we can push back in and he has no bubble and we can do the same thing again. But I didn't stay in and give them my ice block. So that's really important here. And we get a little bit of damage here onto the Ret, trying to sheep up this Hunter, get that sheep onto the Hunter. My Druid is Hodged. Just start spam sheeping everything. They're on Rodak right now. If they were on me, I'd be running while my Druid was in CC. He's out of CC now, so I'm just trying to stay in his line as best as I can. He gets full feared, but we have quite a bit of offensive pressure, and I should be okay. They're more focused on Rodak right now. I have all my offensive cooldowns back up. Presence of Mind, Arcane Power. I'm ready to do a crazy one-shot when we get some CC. I Mass Invis and blink around the corner while my Druid is Hodged up, trying to just range that Hunter. We have in-cap here onto the Priest at 5-second detainment. My Demon Hunter is getting so low and the Ret just goes down. So that's the crazy, burst. I popped all of my cooldowns there. Double Arcane Blast with Arcane Power into a Missiles, into a Barrage, into an Arcane Orb. An insane amount of damage coming out right there from this Arcane spec. And I really do enjoy Arcane. A lot of people say, Xaryu, I thought you only played Frost. The reason I like Frost, guys, is because it has CC and it has Burst. Arcane has the same two qualities. Fire, on the other hand, the reason I don't like Fire is because it's consistent pressure. Well, first of all, Fire just feels like the opposite of Frost, so it feels like I'm betraying the spec that I love when I play Fire. But that's like, RP reasons aside, I don't like Fire because it's like little baby dick damage, you're like, do, and then you get healed, do. I don't like that. I like, the target's full HP, boom, 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 kill him, And then if he gets a cooldown, he gets topped off, boom, he gets full HP, and then you do nothing for a while. And then you burst, boom, 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 kill him. That's just how I like to play. CC and burst. Always have liked it. Anyway, here, guys, we're fighting a DK and a Warlock. I think this might be the last game for today. Just doing huge pressure onto the Warlock. We get Pain Suppression, we get AMZ, we're getting cooldowns all over the place. We lock Priest and Penance, we lock Priest and Shadowman, so the Priest can't heal at all. We get Hellstone from the Warlocks. We got Hellstone, Pain Sup, AMZ. We get pretty much every cooldown here in the opener. Not a bad match at all. I want to keep this Warlock slowed because you do get 15% damage increase when the Warlock is slowed, which is very, very nice. Kiting around the pillar. Once again, I can play back as Arcane. I don't need to stay in, especially when we don't have our go ready, especially when we don't have that CC ready. We push back in with that CC. We get a full detainment onto the Priest into a half sheep, trying to follow it with some type of bash into a clone. There we go. We get a bash. And then I blink back, Arcane Missiles all over the place. That's one of the things that I would recommend is blinking with Arcane Missiles so they can't CS you. And look at that. Boom. Warlock goes down. Pretty easy game there. But yeah, blinking around LOS with arcane missiles means you're not going to get locked out nearly as much. These guys were being a little bit stubborn, so I'll go ahead and fast forward the rest of this game. Guys, if you liked this video, if you like these commentaries on, you know, kind of what I'm thinking during the games, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Thumbs down if you didn't like it, really, just let me know. And if you do thumbs it down, let me know in the comments what you guys want me to do differently, want me to do better, etc. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!